This is a trailer. This is a generator. And this is a Tesla Model S. Here we are 31 miles into the drive. So far this is towing like a dream despite being the generator like a giant sail. It's all flat. I can feel the drag a little bit at 73 miles an hour. Used 11.9 kilowatts and 372 watts per mile. So my watts per mile is a little higher than what I was expecting based on other people's experiences in towing with the Model S. However, we do have a strong headwind we are going into, as we got major thunderstorms that will probably be hitting us just as we are arriving in the Dells. Probably could just barely make it. We got like 90 more miles to go, but at the increased consumption, just dropped a little bit more. We're on a more level road now, so it's going to start evening out, but we're still eating through mileage a lot quicker than I was anticipating. And the buffer, I started with about a 30-mile buffer. I have a feeling by the time we get there that we'll be down to pretty much, we'll be running on fumes, so to say. So we're going to stop off in Madison and just get a 10-minute supercharge, and that should be more than enough. Probably get us 50 or 60 extra miles, which will be more than enough to get us the last 40-mile leg of the trip. We are currently at the Easttown Mall in Madison. Supercharging, of course. Taper starting to kick in. Let's see, here we go. We had gone from home, I left 78.5 miles to get here, 29.9 kilowatt hours used, and we got 381 watt hours per mile. So that watt hours per mile did go quite a bit higher than I was anticipating. However, I think, like I mentioned earlier, we had a strong headwind. It's actually very breezy out here right now. Probably can't see it on the camera, but even the fog is just blowing past. You can just see the fog moving by. My head's barely staying on. Trailers there. They sure don't do any groundskeeping here. The diaper changing pad's been there for 3 weeks. Not Tesla's fault, but look at Old English 800 beer. The groundskeeping for here is supposed to be done by the mall. Got a nice little sinkhole down here too. This whole side's actually filling in. They still haven't patched the asphalt. But anyways, we're not talking about the supercharger location. We're talking about towing a trailer. And to be honest with you, the trailer towed like a dream. My acceleration was actually pretty damn good. Almost not even noticeable. I just tried it once or twice, flooring it from say 5 miles an hour. You never floor an extra heavy vehicle from a dead stop. But you always give it a little bit of rolling. You know, object in motion stays in motion. Object at rest stays in rest. Well, starting at 5 miles an hour makes a little difference on that. And man, this sucker just took off like a rocket. Yeah, handled perfect. And despite my generator I sold here being a nice large sail, nice flat surface, towed like a dream. I'm extremely ecstatic of the towing performance of this vehicle. And while the trailer and generator doesn't weigh too much, you guys hear all my cooling fans going. But while the generator and trailer does not weigh too much, it does have that flat front end and just catches the air and wind. I'd really like to give this a try with a teardrop camper. Just not even mine, but just borrow someone's teardrop and just take it on the country road and see how it handles with the performance, because I'm really hoping on getting a teardrop travel trailer for me and my boys to go traveling in. I figure with my Vinny's disability, he's got the short end of the stick on life, so make his life as happy as possible. So that's what I'm going to try and do, and that's what I'm aiming for. So that's it right now. We'll probably be leaving here in about 5 minutes. We've been here about 10. We're going to leave here probably another 5 or 10 minutes. Get at least probably about 80% charge. And man, Buffalo Wild Wings is open. Holy crap, I can zoom on the iPhone 5S now? Wow. I like that. Yeah, I learned something. So, I will do another follow-up when we get to Wisconsin Dells, and of course, my usual destination of the sand drift. Because I haven't used this little trailer in about a year, I better check the bearings, make sure they're not getting too hot, and just so happens I have my grease gun with me. So, see you in the Dells. Just exiting the freeway. We're arriving in the Dells. There's the Kalahari. Right now we're at, well, now that we're exiting and using regen braking, my watt hours will be dropping. We're at 411, so still quite a bit higher. Between Madison and the Dells is all uphill, and that wind is we still have that headwind. 410. Let's see what else we regen. 408. So at least with this weather uphill and the wind, it's 70 degrees out. Pretty much got the same watts per mile as I would if it was winter time. So basically during the summer, treat towing the trailer as if you were driving in the winter. Well, I just returned home. A little bit different experience now without that generator sitting like a giant sail on the back. Wind wasn't too bad today. A little rainy in some spots, maintained about 74 miles an hour with pulling the trailer, and had the air conditioning cranked the entire time as it's extraordinarily humid out. And my watts per mile was 329 watts per mile. So drastic decrease. I'm gonna have to do a few more experiments and whatnot, but fairly satisfied with the mileage today, and I'm sure that would have dropped significantly with reduced speeds. Always does. I pick up even an extra 3-4 miles per gallon when I'm towing with my truck even. Although that's a 5,000 pound trailer, and I'm lucky I'm getting 10 miles per gallon pulling with that thing. So so far I give the Tesla Model S as a tow vehicle a epic pass with reasonable weight. Obviously also without the generator, the trailer was about 100 pounds lighter, but 100 pounds really should not make that much of a difference. I did haul this thing back to Milwaukee for my father, and that weighs about 40 pounds. So while I got rid of a 100-pound generator, I added a 40-pound luggage rack for the back of a vehicle. Could have fit that in my hitch and just carried it like that, but figure as long as I got to pull the trailer back anyways, just toss it on top, I'm done. So, satisfied. Acceleration, no change. I should say no real noticeable difference. Next step is to try it with a little heavier trailer, or a heavier load on this one, and maybe one that the deck hasn't rotted through. And I'm still working out trailer lighting. Got one thing in mind I will show you all, of course, once I have a prototype made. I just got too many other projects to do in my garage right now, so here we are. That's it. Epic pass for the Model S as a tow vehicle.